Hi, welcome to the Getting Started video for Investment Analysis, Winter 2024. So this video is important because I'm going to go over how this class is going to work. So you must watch this video until the end because I'm going to be giving a lot of important information and some of it's going to come at the end of the video. Now, this is Brightspace, so we're going to be managing the course out of Brightspace. So in Brightspace, we have our menu access up here, and we have our table of contents tiles down here. Now, for this course, we're going to have some of the assignments will be in Brightspace. Some of the assignments will be in My Finance Lab, as well as the exams will be in My Finance Lab. So there are two websites to manage while you're taking this winter course. So the winter course is broken up into 3 weeks, and each of the 3 weeks will have various homework assignments, and at the end of each of the 3 weeks will be an exam. So there's 3 exams. Now, let's just go over the top menu here. This is where you would click for the Brightspace assignments. This is where the grades for the Brightspace assignments will be. All the grades will live on My Finance Lab, so I'll get to that in a few minutes. Now, on the opening screen here, we have these table of contents tiles, as well as the calendar. So here is the calendar for the 3 Excel assignments that will be due, as well as a tile for the syllabus, the PowerPoints, the Excel assignments, which is really just a link to the assignments, My Finance Lab, which is a link to the homework manager for the exams and other homework problems for the course, video lectures, which will be housing all the lectures for the course, as well as additional course documents. Now, what's nice about the video lectures, not only are they lectures for each chapter we're covering, they're also lectures on how to complete each of the Excel assignments. So even if you're not very familiar with Excel, that's okay. I'm going to walk you through how to complete these Excel assignments step by step. So there'll be no real questions about how to use Excel. I'll show you all the Excel while I go through that video. Okay, let's look quickly at the syllabus for the course. So if you click in here, and then the winter syllabus will pop up. You click here. Now, when you have time, please read the syllabus in its entirety. Now, a couple important things about the syllabus is the textbook and the Pearson Homework Manager come together, and I'll explain how to access that and purchase that in a little bit. So there are 3 exams. Each exam is 100 points each. And then you have 100 points for the spreadsheets and 100 points for the My Finance Lab homework. So that's a total of 500 points. And if you divide by 5, you get the average for the class. And so dividing by 5, you can see how on the grading scale, how the average will compute to a letter grade. And also the syllabus will continue with the chapters that we're covering for the class. Okay. Now, going back to, let's go back and look at the course homepage. So that would be what you look for the syllabus. Now I have a full set of PowerPoint slides that go with the video lectures. Okay, so let's look at the announcements. So a lot of things will be driven through the announcements of the course. So the first announcement I'm going to post is the Getting Started with the BUS355 announcement. So this announcement the link for this video will be attached, and I'm going to go over the Brightspace. I'm going to go over the homework manager. I'm going to go over the syllabus quickly, which I just did. Now, the 5 things I recommend you do for getting started for the course is 1, of course, review Brightspace and read over all the announcements. Register for the homework manager, which includes an e-textbook. Click on assignments on Brightspace to download the Excel assignments, read over the syllabus in its entirety, and read this week's chapters in the video lecture. So the next announcement is how to register for the homework manager and the textbook. So this course will have a course ID that you're going to use. If you click on this link, this will open up to the Pearson Homework Manager. Now, you already may have a Pearson account that you can use, or you might have to create a new account. When you do create your account, please use your real first and last name. Don't use any nicknames or any other names you might make for yourself. So someone may have a name that they usually don't use. Maybe they use a nickname. but use your name as it appears on Solar or Brightspace so I know who you are when I'm grading. Also important thing, when you do the homework manager, don't sign up for the temporary account because I can't see you. I can't see any of your work or your grades in the temporary account. So you want to sign up for the full and pay for the full account. Okay, so if you click on this link, it will bring you to Pearson, and this is where you can sign in or you can create a new account. Once you create the account for the course, what's important is that you have, this should link you right to the book, and when you have, it may ask you for the course ID. This is the course ID, which is important to know about. Okay, so once you sign in, it's going to bring you to a page where you're going to register. There are no access codes here. You will use a credit card or PayPal to buy the textbook and the homework manager together, and this will get you in. And once you're in the homework manager, it's going to look like this, where we have, this is where the e-textbook is. So you click on here to read and view the e-textbook, which is necessary to pass a class or pass the exams. You're also going to have a link for exams. So if you click on the link for exams, for assignments, it's assignments and exams. Okay, so if you get this message about pop-ups, you need to open up or allow for pop-ups, and typically there's a little link here, and always allow pop-ups is what you want to allow for. And I'm going to go back into the course. So you may get that might be the first stumbling block, is that they're going to ask you to allow for pop-ups. Okay. Now, when you're in assignments, this is where the homework is and also the exams. You won't see the exams until the day that they're due, which is typically each Friday at the end of the week. Now, the important thing is when you go into any of the exams, I do give you a sample exam so you can see what the tests are like ahead of time. But you see we're covering 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chapters. So we're covering 3 chapters a week. So for each chapter homework, you click on the homework link, and then there'll be a number of questions. You click on the question, and now this is the real important part. So when you start the question, make sure you can pull this bar down. Sometimes questions are a little bit longer. They may have this scroll bar here, or you can pull this bar down to see the entire problem. So if you're reading over the problem, you're not sure what to do, you can go into View an Example. And if you click on View an Example, it's going to walk you through a similar problem, just really different numbers, to how to calculate it. So it'll walk you through and give you the specifics of how to calculate the answers to the problem. You also have a Help Me Solve This, which is a similar problem that you can calculate on your own, so you can kind of try it out first to see if you get it right. And then when you're ready, and you calculate the results, you want to input the answer, and then you're going to get that it may be incorrect. It'll give you what the formula is. Number of shares. To calculate the value position, use the formula. Value of the position, number of shares times the per share price. Okay, so it's 250 shares. So let me bring up a calculator. So here's a calculator. So I'd put in the number of shares. Times the share price. So it says round to the nearest dollar. So this would be $8,088. And then I would check answer. And now it says I got it right. So it's always important this changes sometimes to be round to the nearest cents, or so you always have to make sure you understand what the rounding is. And these are all round to the nearest dollar. So as you go through each of the questions, you do get a couple of chances to check to make sure it's right. So, but what happens if you do it too often, so you get one chance, another chance, and then the final check. So if you do the final check, you get it wrong, now the problem is wrong and you move on to the next problem. And remember, as you're going through it, View Example or Help Me Solve It is a great tool to help you understand and solve each of these questions. Now, if after you complete all the questions in the problem, I just want to get out of here. If you've completed all the questions in the problem, in the homework. Once you've completed everything and you get your final score, if you don't like your final score, say you got a 60 out of 100 on the final score, you can just go back into the assignment, click on it, and restart it. And anytime you restart the assignment, it erases all of your previous attempts and answers, and you start over from the beginning. Once your assignment is completed, you can always go into results to see where you are, review your assignment, and see how much of the assignment you've gotten done. And it will also give you a calculation as the class goes on for the homework and the test. It will start to give you a calculation. And later I'll bring in the spreadsheet grades as well. So all your grades will be here on My Finance Lab as well as the textbook. So it is going to be a requirement to complete the class. Okay, now you also have, let's see, results. Yeah, this is about it. Results, assignments, and the e-text is mostly where you're going to spend your time in here. And now let's go back to the course. Okay, so with the homework manager, you also, here are the 3 test dates that will be in the homework manager. They're the Friday at the end of each of the 3 weeks of the course. And the exams are going to be, they're not cumulative, they're just on the 3 chapters. They're relatively similar in tone to the homeworks. There's no Excel on the exams. The Excel spreadsheets are really just reinforcing the concepts of the actual quantitative questions. Okay. Now, temporary accounts, if you use you sign up the homework manager, they'll give you the option to do a temporary account. The problem with temporary accounts is I will not see your account. I will not see that you're signed up for the class, and I will not see any work you complete. Now, if you sign up for a temporary account, many students have had difficulties converting their temporary accounts into permanent accounts later. And what happens with that is there's been more than one student that's had to create another account and redo all their work because they weren't able to successfully transition the temporary account into a permanent account. It's just very faulty, doesn't work very well. So just be warned that I highly recommend never creating a temporary account. And if you do, I can't help you if you're not able to convert it to a full account later. All right, here's the class schedule. So for each of the 3 weeks, basically it's sort of a rhythm. We have 3 chapters to read. We have 1 test on the 3 chapters. Then we have the My Finance Lab homeworks on the 3 chapters. And then we have an exam at the end of the week. And you'll see that the first exam is on Friday, January 5th. And I give you all day to work on this exam. But the exam is only going to be 115 minutes to complete the exam. So you have a time frame to complete the exam. So each week works in that similar structure. And I also listed the due dates. The due dates for the homework manager is going to be on Sundays. And then we have the 3 exams, which are on Fridays. I'm sorry, the 3 exams are back up here, which are on Fridays. And then we have these are the 3 Excel assignments, which are due on Saturday. So think of it this way. Every week on Friday, you're going to be completing the exam. On Saturday, you're going to be completing the spreadsheet, and on Sunday, you're going to be completing the homework. Now, hopefully you work on these earlier than the due date, because one thing you need to be careful of is I don't accept any late assignments. So if you typically have trouble with the internet, your family, work schedules, boyfriend-girlfriend issues, internet issues, these are things that are not acceptable for late assignments. So if you have these types of issues, do your assignment 1 to 2 days earlier, so that way if you run into any of these complications, you get called into work last minute, you could still have an extra day or 2 to complete the assignment. Because I have a very hectic schedule in the winter, I will not be able to go in and give anybody access to late assignments. So please really keep ahead of your schedule. Each week I'll email you out a more detailed schedule of what you should be doing for the week. And so keep that in mind. Okay, so that's the announcements. Now let's go back to the course home on Brightspace. So we talked about the syllabus. You need to read this over when you're able to. The PowerPoints will be corresponding to the chapters of the video lectures. You can find the Excel assignments here, or you can find them under assignments for the weekly Excel assignments. My Finance Lab, you can quickly access it here if you don't already have a tab set up. The video lectures you can access here, and if there's other course documents here that you can access that I don't think you really need anything in here. I think they're all part of laid out in these other tiles. So let's go in to see what the Excel assignments are like. So if we go into the assignments, we'll see each week we have an Excel assignment due. So you click on the link, and then you're going to get a couple things in here. So one, let me edit the assignment. One, you're going to get the spreadsheet, and then you're also going to get, if you look in this box here, you're going to get links to the videos. These are also on our video page to how to solve the spreadsheet problems. So you're not on your own here. I go through, you click here to download the file. So once you download the Excel file, it's going to open up, and you must use Excel to complete this. Excel comes free for Stony Brook students as part of your technology package. You get Excel for free because you get an Office 365 account. I can't open up number files, so if you use Apple, your numbers won't work. You have to do it in Excel. And once you're in Excel, you're going to see multiple tabs. Here's a tab for Chapter 2, a Chapter 3, and then the video I have that goes along with this, which I'll show you in a second, will show you how to complete it step by step. Once you're done with the assignment, you want to, let me go back. Once you're done with the assignment, let me switch to student view so I can show you what the assignment looks like as a student. So as a student, you click on the assignment, and you see the link is also here for the attachment. So as a student, once you click on the assignment, you want to, when you're finished the assignment, you want to click on Add a File, and this will open up a link where you can go and find your file and save it to the assignment and click Submit. So that way your spreadsheet will be saved, and I'll be able to grade it. If we go back to the home course, if you go to the video lectures for the class, you'll see here that I will have Chapter 1, okay, so these are the chapters here. So I think actually when you go into the assignment, yeah, you might have to copy this link into, just copy this link and put it into YouTube directly. And so that's why, so if you cut and paste these links for the video help, it'll bring you to the file, and this will be me in the file, and I will go, as you see here, I'll go step by step, and I'll show you the formulas on how to calculate each of the problems. So I'll go step by step explaining the problem, and then I'll also be showing you writing the formula out, showing you how the formula can be created, so you won't have any questions on how to use Excel to calculate or how to complete these. I'm going to walk you through step by step. So if you have any Excel anxiety, don't worry about it. I got you covered with these videos to help you through each of these Excel assignments. Okay, let's go back to the course home. Okay, so that is the whole course. Let's get back. So this is the whole course you're going to use. Now keep in mind also on the homework manager, all your results, all the grades for the tests, the homeworks, and the spreadsheets will be populated on My Finance Lab. So the grades here on the Brightspace are only for the 3 Excel assignments. I grade them in Brightspace, then I move them over to My Finance Lab, so you see all your grades in one area on My Finance Lab. And if you look under results, they will have this percentage. We'll calculate a percentage for you as you're completing everything and logging it in here. You'll get your full grade percentage here. Okay, so that's the getting started video for the course. I hope you found this useful, and I look forward to working with you during the semester. Take care.